This is the Wikipedia page for Hamantash. Welcome to WikiListen, the podcast where we read Wikipedia pages and provide commentary. I am Victor Varnado, KSN.
I am Rachel Teichman, LMSW.
Wiki listeners, I'm sorry about your unfortunate name, but there you go. It is what it is. Welcome to another show where we get to talk about that great Jewish cookie, Hamantash.
Yep. Happy Purim, everyone. Plural, Hamantaschen, also spelled Hamantasch, Yiddish, Hamantash, plural, Hamantaschen. Haman Pockets is an Ashkenazi Jewish triangular-filled pocket pastry associated with the Jewish holiday of Purim. The name refers to Haman, the villain in the Purim story. In Hebrew, Hamantaschen are also known as Oznai Haman, meaning Haman's ears. Haman's ears also refers to a Sephardic Purim pastry, Orejas de Haman, thought to originate in Spain and Italy, that is made by frying twisted or rolled strips of dough.
Traditionally, the dough for Hamantaschen was made with yeast. With the invention of baking powder during the 1840s and its wide adoption during the first half of the 20th century, baking powder supplanted yeast and Hamantaschen dough became a cookie rather than pastry dough. To shape, a filling is placed in the center of a circle of dough, which is either folded in half and shaped into a triangle, or the sides are brought to the center to form a triangle. The oldest and most traditional filling is mon, poppy seed with piwidel or lekvar prune jam, a close second. The cookie dough variety has spawned many different fillings, traditionally sweet, although savory varieties have become popular as well. Most popular are various jams, especially apricot and raspberry, but also nut, date, raisins, apple, vanilla pastry cream with chocolate chips, cherry, fig chocolate, dulce de leche, halva, caramel, or cheese. The dough varies from hard, like shortbread, to a soft yeast dough.
Etymology. In Yiddish, the word Hamantash is singular, while Hamantaschen is the plural form. However, Hamantaschen is the more common word form among English speakers, even when referring to a single pastry. For example, I ate a poppy seed Hamantaschen.
You did?
I don't usually eat the poppy seed kind, no.
Oh, you just said you did.
That's true.
Name and symbolism. Hamantash is also spelled Hamantash, 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 Hamantaschen, or even Hamantash. The name Hamantash is commonly viewed as a reference to Haman, the villain of Purim, as described in the Book of Esther. The pastries are supposed to symbolize the defeated enemy of the Jewish people. The word tash means pouch or pocket in Yiddish, and thus may refer to Haman's pockets, symbolizing the money that Haman offered to Ahasuerus in exchange for permission to destroy the Jews. In Hebrew, Tash means weaken, and the Hamantash may celebrate the weakening of Haman and the hope that God will weaken all of the enemies of the Jews. Another possible source of the name is a folk etymology. The Yiddish word Hamantaschen for a traditional delicacy, literally meaning poppy seed pouch, was transformed to Hamantaschen, likely by association with Haman or inclusion of the Hebrew article ha. The Hebrew article ha. In Israel, Hamantaschen are called Oznei Haman. Is that it?
No,
Say
close
it.
enough.
Thanks for your not help.
Oznai.
Thank you. In Israel, Hamantaschen are called Oznai Haman, Hebrew for Haman's ears, in reference to their defeated enemy's ears, although Haman's ears also refers to a Sephardic Purim pastry that is twisted or rolled and fried.
The reason for the three-sided shape is uncertain. There is an old legend that Haman wore a three-cornered hat. Alternatively, the Midrash says that when Haman recognized the merit of the three patriarchs, his strength immediately weakened. Naked archaeologist documentarian Simcha Jacobovici has shown the resemblance of Hamantaschen to dice from the ancient Babylonian royal game of thus suggesting that the pastries are meant to symbolize the pyramidal shape of the dice cast by Haman in determining the day of destruction for the Jews. Oh, more genocide. Cool. A simpler explanation is that the shape derives from traditional Jewish baking techniques in Central Europe for folding dough so as to form a pouch around a filling, also common for making dumplings. It has also been suggested that the shape is a representation of female reproductive organs, nice, and that the poppy seed filling is a fertility symbol.
Sweet Hamantaschen fillings range from the traditional, such as Mohn poppy seed, Powidl, or Lekvar prune apricot jam, and also date, which is especially popular in Israel.
Prune. The prune Hamantash was invented in 1731 by David Brandeis of Jung, Bunzlau, Bohemia. The daughter of a Christian bookbinder purchased from Brandeis Powidl plum jam, which she claimed had made her family ill, as her family coincidentally died a few days after eating it. The burgomaster of the city ordered the closure of Brandeis' store and imprisoned him, his wife, and son for selling poisonous food to Christians. Investigations by municipal authorities and the Court of Appeal in Prague revealed that the bookbinder had died of consumption, and the charges were dismissed. Brandeis wrote a scroll which he called Shir HaMa'alot LeDavid, a song of ascents to David, to be read on Tan Adar accompanied by a festive meal. He was freed from prison 4 days before Purim after the charges against him were proven to be false, and in celebration of his release, Jews from his city celebrated with Powidl or plum Hamantaschen.
So he had like a Hamantaschen party.
Yeah, almost, like a Purim spiel.
I'm not exactly sure what that is. Savory fillings. Savory Hamantaschen fillings have emerged in recent years, and their popularity has grown and are commonly prepared at home, but can also be found in various Jewish bakeries and restaurants serving Jewish cuisine. Savory varieties may have fillings such as pizza, spinach and feta, lamb, potato, or cheese, and are often somewhat similar to other Jewish pastries such as the knish, borekas, and sambusak.
Preparation. Sweet Hamantaschen are typically made with a dough containing butter or, less commonly, a Purim dough containing oil. Depending on the ingredients used in the dough, the consistency of the finished baking powder Hamantash can range from dry and crumbly like shortbread to soft and cakey like a black and white cookie to firm and crisp like a butter cookie. The dough is generally prepared with flour, eggs, sugar, butter, or margarine or cooking oil, and a flavoring such as vanilla or sometimes cocoa, grated lemon rind, rose water, or orange blossom water may be used. Sometimes milk is used in the dough, and usually a leavener such as baking powder or baking soda is added as well. The dough is then mixed gently so as to incorporate all the ingredients together without making the dough tough.
The dough is allowed to rest in the refrigerator and is then removed and rolled out to a thickness of between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. Rounds of dough are stamped out and often brushed with an egg wash to encourage sealing prior to the addition of the filling, or the finished Hamantash is brushed with egg wash before baking to produce a shiny golden surface. The most popular filling is poppy seed, but apricot, prune, strawberry, raspberry, chocolate, peanut butter, and jelly and others are also common. The bottom and the top 2 corners of the dough are folded inward but do not fully enclose the filling, allowing it to remain visible. Sometimes, Hamantaschen may be frozen for a short period of time after shaping in order to prevent leakage of the filling. Then, they are baked in an oven at medium heat for a short time. Sometimes, after baking, Hamantaschen may be dusted with confectioner's sugar dipped in melted chocolate or topped with sprinkles.
Savory Hamantaschen are prepared in much the same way as sweet Hamantaschen, with the exception of the fillings, and they are generally made with a different dough, such one similar to a pie crust or puff pastry, or a modified sweet Hamantaschen dough containing less sugar.
Hamantaschen in Israel. Quote, in recent years, Israel bakeries have increasingly offered gourmet versions of the 3-cornered cookie, marzipan, say, or gluten-free varieties. Alongside the classics like poppy seed, the change reflects the growing sophistication of Israel's culinary scene, which is focused on updating traditional dishes and fusing them with cuisines from around the world. Andrew Tobin, The Times of Israel.
Hamantaschen are known as oznei Haman in Israel, a term that also refers to the Sephardic pastry or haste Haman, twisted or rolled strips of dough that are fried, and are the most popular cookies sold at bakeries across Israel in the weeks leading up to Purim each year, with both large chains and small independent bakeries offering many different varieties. As in the diaspora, poppy seed remains the most popular filling, with chocolate in second and date filling coming in third in popularity. Jam is not nearly as common a filling as in America.
Wow, I learned a lot about a cookie today.
I'm so glad you learned about a cookie. What kind do you want me to make?
Any kind's fine.
Great.
This has been the Wikipedia page for Hamantash. If you'd like us to read a particular Wikipedia page, let us know.
Thanks for listening to WikiListen. You can find us at wikilisten.com and on all social media at WikiListen, except for Twitter, which is wiki_listen.